Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's coverage of Race 7 of the BTDY Racing League season here live from the Michigan International Speedway. Bailey Turner is on the pole here, and guys, we have ourselves a heck of a race. I'm Alec Martinez, and joining me here tonight is my producer and as well as my co-commentator, Logan Thrillkeld. Logan, it's great to have you, man. I know we had a little technical difficulties, but we're back, we're ready to go, and I'm looking forward to hearing tonight's race, and I hope you are too.
I most certainly am, Alec, and I'm just glad we got that sorted out here to hopefully stay somewhat on schedule, but besides the fact, I'm excited for this race here at Michigan.
Yes, we are. We'll roll into our starting lineup here for tonight's race, if we can get it up here, and we'll cover the rest here with points and everything here in just a couple seconds. But Bailey Turner is going to roll here off on the front row with a time of 38.3 or 0.561. Seth Hatchell going to be in second. Brody Hayes going to roll off third. Keith Mayato is going to roll off in fourth. Adam Cabot, the Magic Man, rolls back on in fifth. Jeff Wright is going to be sixth. How about Dennis Faircloth and Michael Newman qualifying 6th, 7th, and 8th? Stravato and Cost going to roll off 9th, 10th. They're going to add a lap first because they're awesome like that. 11th, Justin Carey. Marcus Emerson going to roll off 12th. Nick Starling, 13th. Ray Massey going to roll off 14th. 15th is going to be Joshua Banks. Noah Mikulski rolls off in 16th. Chris Samard, 17th. Brandon Vasquez, 18th. Then Dennis Steele and Angela Ronis, row 10, or row number 10 and 19th and 20th. 21st in row 11 is Dallas Sullivan and Eric Hutton. Row 12 is going to be Cody Atkins, Alan Dice, Lane Solfridge, and Kevin McGarvey are going to roll off 25th and 26th. 27th is going to be Nathaniel Ostrowski with Wesley Dunphy in 28th. Then Lyle Solfridge and Timmy Emanuele, 29th and 30th. And Robert Gilmore is going to round out the field here tonight. Still another pace lap to go, so let's go up into our BTDY points here, our point system. And right now, I believe Bailey Turner holding a very steady 3-point lead over teammate AJ Stravato. Seth Hatchell, third in points, not too far back, only 6 points behind. Then Brody Hayes, Jeff Wright, Angelo Ronis, Marcus Emerson, Joshua Banks, Dallas Sullivan, Nick Starling, Noah Mikulski, and Chris Samard. Currently the 12 guys in for the BTDY chase for the Cup when the chase starts later this month at Charlotte, and that's going to be fun in the regular season finale. Let's go to our track facts here as well here for the Michigan Speedway, Michigan International Speedway, and this race always known for fuel mileage. And yes, there it is, the up there disc golf 200s, 200 miles, 100 laps. That's a long way to go in terms of tires and fuel. And Michigan, one of those tracks where fuel mileage always a factor when we come to. Logan, as we got another half a lap to go before pacing, who is your pick to win this race here tonight?
Well, Alec, I've been watching BTDY for a while. One of my favorite racers in here is Seth Hatchell in that 8 car. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do here, starting in that second place position. Great start for him, so hopefully he can get up there and keep it up there.
Can never go wrong with the 2-time champion of Seth Hatchell. I gotta go. He's back now. You can't go wrong with the Magic Man, Adam Cabot, in that 17 car. I think he's going to be a factor here tonight. And a big special key here tonight, Jeff Wright is going for 2 in a row. Or 3 in a row, excuse me. Something that hasn't been done in BTDY in quite some time. Jeff Wright looking to see if he can get it done here tonight. As Bailey Turner, Seth Hatchell on the pole, or on the front row. Pace car is going to pull off. Ladies and gentlemen, grab yourself an ice cold refreshment. Sit back and relax and enjoy the up there disc golf 200 from the Michigan International Speedway. Bailey Turner leads the field to green, and we are underway from Michigan.
A solid start. Looks like a couple spots of maybe 3 wide there in turn 1 and 2 already.
And the battle dead heat here down the backstretch, side drafting each other is Turner and Hatchell. We got 3 rows of side by side. Look at the Magic Man taking him 3 wide on the bottom. Turner surges ahead of Seth Hatchell, and then it's 2 wide for third between Hayes and Cabot. Mayato Wright still battling, and it looks like Bailey Turner will lead lap 1, but Hatchell not going away yet. And this field's going to be very tight together here until tires start to wear, and now still battling for third between Cabot and Hayes.
Yeah, it's going to be tough the whole time. We were kind of talking about that beforehand. This group stays pretty close together throughout the entire race, so it'll be a fun one to be up here for, and hopefully put on a good show for everybody.
Yes, sir. And how about Dennis Faircloth up in 7th in the Chevy Camaro, and normally in a Toyota Supra, and he's running in the 7th position here. That's Sim Magic car not having too bad of a run here, and that good-looking race car here for Dennis Faircloth, and he has moved up now, battling Jeff Wright for 6th, and right ahead of him, you can see on board, still side by side for third between Cabot and Hayes, still going at it, but the top 2 starting to inch away slowly but surely.
Yeah, these guys are all over the track right now. I know it's a little bit hot at the moment. I believe it's almost triple digits when we started this, so only going to get hotter, but with the cloud cover might help them out in the long run with the tires.
It will, and this track we'll see a lot of change. How wide can this track get? And there's the Italian Stallion, AJ Stravato, on the bottom of Michael Newman here, and this mid-pack battle seems to be a little bit crazy. There's Mark Emerson, Noah Mahalski, then there's Ray Massey in the picture as well, Joshua Banks in this field, big 31 cars, so there's a lot of cars in this field and a lot of racing, especially in this mid-pack here. I mean, look at how much side-by-side there is. Yeah, Stravato battling here for 8th right there with Michael Newman in that 12 car on the outside, and then on the inside there's Mahalski, there's Emerson, then there's Massey and Banks. Banks almost gets to the back of Massey, Massey almost into the back of Emerson, and look at the wideness of this racetrack. Surprising to see for Michigan, but love seeing this for the sakes of entertainment and racing, because we got guys all over the track. Here comes Massey back down to the inside, going to take them 3 wide down the front stretch.
It's impressive driving already to see all these battles throughout the field, 3 wide in multiple places sometimes. It's it'll get hairy. They're not careful with it.
Oh, and speaking of getting hairy, look at there. Jeff Wright going to get put in the middle here between his teammate and Mark Emerson. Stravato on the inside, Emerson on the top in that 22 car. Wright gets ahead of Stravato, but now tries to find a way around Mark Emerson and does. Slots in to 8th. Emerson going to go a little bit higher, can't get to the right rear, won't be able to do it. And how about this, the battle for third between Brody Hayes and Adam Cabot. They've been side by side for 5, now make it 6 laps into this race.
I have a feeling that's not going to go away anytime soon, Alec.
Yeah, I don't know if it will, but look at this. Cabot slides up the racetrack, almost gets into the back or into the side of Hayes. And how about Dennis Faircloth up inside the top 5, trying to get around both of them. And man, he's doing a heck of a job in that 80 car. Maybe that Chevy Camaro, the turning of the tides here for the 80. And Faircloth putting together a solid run so far. And Hayes finally going to clear the 17 of Cabot, and now that's going to allow Dennis Faircloth to close up, and then behind them, how about Michael Newman underneath Keith Mayato here for 7th. Good battling all throughout this race, and man, so far 7 laps, the field starting to get a little more spread out, and Newman and Wright battling side by side. Emerson not too far behind, Mayato not too far up ahead, and it looks like Cabot and Hayes going to try to get back going here, but they won't be able to at the moment. And this is the first side by side battle on the racetrack for 7th. Newman not going to be able to get by the 48 of Wright on board with Mark Emerson, closing the battle, shaking the draft as well. And unfortunately, out the way, but he'll go to the outside of the 12 if he can. Maybe try to cross him over. No, here comes Wright to the inside of Mayato. I'm starting to notice right here, Logan, that we're not seeing these guys get too spread out here. The top 2 kind of inched about 3, but there's only about a second and a half between the top 12 here, spread between the entire field.
It's a battle all the way through that top 10, even including some, I think actually all the way back to 13th there. It's really tight.
It is, and right now, everybody so far, single file, Wright going to get by Keith Mayato here for 6th. And so far, then you got Joshua Banks and Nick Starling battling for 12th right now. Banks started in the 20th position, if I'm not mistaken, or excuse me, 15th, and is up a couple spots. But right now, you get pinned out as this run goes on, as this race continues to go on. That middle to outside groove going to be a little bit stronger, a little bit easier to hold people off, but it's also going to have to be the groove to make passes. And when you get stuck on the bottom, like you see Ray Massey right now, he's just going to get pinned down there, and he's got to find a hole up and get into the draft. You cannot afford to get stuck on the bottom. And how about this inside the top 5? Cabot and Hayes going back at it here. Cabot finally going to get clear of Hayes. That pass took about 10 laps from the drop of the green flag. He'll get it. They've closed up the Hatchell, and now working on Bailey Turner. I don't know if I'd said my pick. I can't remember if I did or not, but if it was, I think I said it was Cabot. Good on me for remembering. Yeah. But yes, and look at this. I'm noticing a lot of these guys running that bottom lane, hooking that yellow line, and right there, Hatchell used the middle. He got a nice run on Turner, but he's going to push him all the way down the front stretch, practically butt drafting him all the way down the front stretch into turn 1.
Yeah, Seth Hatchell's not leaving this bumper of Bailey Turner right now.
He's not, but the one issue is, do you want to drive in the dirty air of the 24 car, or do you want to see if you can get that clean air away from him? But if you do, you're going to burn off a little bit more fuel, and you can see him close up to him on the backstretch, get right to the back bumper of him, will back off and now go to the outside.
Dirty air is going to be a big factor here, and keeping that front of the nose just as clean as possible is just going to benefit you in the long run of everything.
It will, and now they're battling once again. Looks like Cats are going to stick in line, but behind them, it's Hayes and Cabot still battling side by side once again for 3rd. Then there's Faircloth, Wright, Mayato, and then Emerson, followed by Mahalski, who's the final car in the top 10. And right now, these top 4 under a blanket at the moment and about to be top 5. And here comes Cabot poking out a line, looking for 2nd.
And get that nose underneath the 8 car. Let's see if he can get a good run out of it.
Oh, man. Hatchell's almost getting into the 24, into the or off the corner and spinning him around. But right there, look at that. Bump drafting him all the way down the front stretch here at Michigan, a half a mile straight away. And, man, these guys are just not giving it up. And look at all the lines they're using, trying to get some clean air to their cars. Oh, Hatchell pushed up the race shock. Here comes Adam Cabot to the bottom. Hayes going to follow with his teammate in the 8 up on the outside, but Cabot going to get 2nd here if he can drive it in deep enough, and he will.
Finally gets clear of the 8 car. It took him a lot less time to get around Seth Hatchell than it did the battle earlier, Brody Hayes.
It did, and don't look now. Here comes the 48 of Jeff Wright. And how about this? A 3-car tandem down the front stretch. Can't Turner find a way to cover him, and he will into 1. But the 17 car looking to have a little bit of speed here.
Now you got Dennis Faircloth and Jeff Wright getting their name into the hat. See them closing up the gap behind that 37.
Yeah, it's about to be a 6-car battle here for the lead, and who's willing to maybe save a little bit of tire. Very important here early in this run. And man, these guys really, really battling hard. And Banks able to get by. Starling still battling all inside this top 10. Here comes the, oh, look at this. Oh, almost a little contact. Cabot trying to cover it. Side draft down the front stretch. But Hayes pushing his teammate Hatchell, trying to get by. Turner going to try to take the air away, and he does. Hatchell going to slide up the racetrack here, losing the nose. Has to get out of the gas. And here comes his teammate Hayes to the outside. And it looks like Cabot going to hold on to 2nd. Hayes goes to 3rd. And Hatchell drops back to 4th. Behind them, Jeff Wright got by Faircloth, and he is starting to storm up through this field.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's moved up quite a bit here in the last couple laps, and I think we'll see him up there in the top 5 more than once this afternoon.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in the top 3 for most of this race. He's been so good. The reigning the champion of 2 years ago in these cars. And the runner-up last year in points, man, he's having himself another spectacular season. Oh, Nick Starling going to go around on the backstretch. Contact down the back, and that might be a caution. No caution. Starling is around out, and there it is. Caution flag. First one of the evening for the 18 of Nick Starling. Contact, it looked like, with Joshua Banks.
If we can get this back here and take a look at what happened to Nick.
Yeah, it looks like Banks got up into him, spun the 18 around, did a great job keeping it out of the wall, but triggered the caution. And curious if we have an onboard here with the 35 of Banks and the Mako Tools Toyota Supra, but it looks like onboard Starling there. Just, you can see the contact there from the 35, spins him around, triggers the caution, and unfortunately not the night that Nick Starling was hoping for.
But not quite.
Valuable track position going to be lost here. Well, now the field in the hands of Bailey Turner. Going to probably bring it down pit lane, and I would assume this is going to make it a little bit interesting when it comes to strategy here. I would assume everybody's going to bring it down pit lane. They have 4 sets of tires laying in the pits, so you want to average about 25 laps. Is a little bit earlier than guys are anticipating to probably pit. Anybody going to stay out? I don't think so. And it looks like Turner will lead him down into pit lane. Important for track position here if the crews can get you the spots.
Be interesting to see. Do we actually have somebody staying out there?
Starling going to stay out. I'm surprised by that. Everybody into pit lane.
Yeah, everybody comes out
Very
here.
surprised by the 18 staying out here. And good stop. How about Dennis Steele? No tires here. And Bailey Turner gonna barely win the race off of pit road. Hatchell, slow stop. Gonna lose a couple positions. And with that, our first caution of the evening, 16 laps into this event. Now we'll take time to hear a few words from our sponsors here tonight. So stick around. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break and bring you the restart here in just a couple moments.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
And he does. Michael Newman up to 5th. Mayato in 7th. And Hayes outside the top 5 and 6th. Tell you what, Logan, we got some good battling all over this racetrack.
Yeah, we really do. This is a tough one to keep up with here. Quite a few names back here moving around in the 20 to 22nd position.
Yeah, there's Dallas Sullivan, Alan Dice, and there's one other car right behind them. I believe that's Nathan Ostrowski in the 41 car. So good battling all around this racetrack. Justin Carey up ahead of them, battling with Cody Atkins, Joshua Banks. He'll get clear and back in line. The field still not super spread out. 2 seconds only separating the top 10. Stravato still in 10th. And battling the 03 and 23 as well, Massey and Mahovsky. Massey really pinching the 03 off the corner. Look at this. Contact. It looks like Faircloth and Emerson make contact there. And here at Michigan, you don't want to have too much you don't want to get really any damage because of how long these straightaways are and how on throttle this racetrack is. Any sort of damage can affect your race long term. And the entire race will be down on speed. How about Jeff Wright up to 2nd?
Wright's up to 2nd, and we have Seth Hatchell and Michael Newman swap spots there through 1 and 2. And then it looks like Seth got back around him to get back into 4th.
If you're Newman, you got to wonder, are you saving tires? Are you able to at least keep the tires under? How about this 3 wide out middle of the top 10? There's contact between Angelo Rodas and Ray Massey battling and Eric Hutton. That's for the 12th position, 3 wide. Down the front stretch, they almost make a little more contact into turn number 1. These boys almost getting into each other, causing a wreck. Look at this, still 3 wide off of 2.
We've got another battle really close behind him, almost 3 wide as well.
Banks, man, he's having himself a good clawing up through the field as well. Chris Samard also been quiet here tonight in 16th. 35 cars on a mission right now. Banks, another one having a decent, could have had a decent run at Sonoma, and unfortunately had a strategy go wrong, and then got trapped a lap down, then got up in a wreck in the top of the hill in 7, and unfortunately had a bad finish at the finish he was looking for, and needs to rebound nicely here. And so far, had to already fight some adversity in this race, but he's fighting it well right now. Back inside the top 15 if he can get around the 63 here. Look at these guys still going at it here. There's Angelo Rodas. And how about this? Michael Newman and Brody Hayes for 5th. Once again, Hayes and Newman crossing each other over down the front stretch. Newman holds on, but I got to think, is he saving enough tire? And how about this? Challenge for the lead as well. Wright and Turner. Wright almost gets up in the wall, had to come out of the gas, but he's going to have a big run. And there's Turner shaking the draft.
Turner getting really low down there on the backstretch to make sure he could get out of being in front. That draft and...
You normally see it in IndyCar in the Indianapolis 500. You'll see a lot of guys try to snake down the front and backstretch, give the guy the least amount of draft as he can. But right now, these big, heavy stock cars, they punch a massive hole in the air. And Jeff Wright is taking full advantage of that. Still 70 laps to go here. Can Wright find a way to get around him? Turner's going to try to do as much as he can to block the air. Look at this, snaking down the backstretch. Bailey Turner and Jeff Wright. Bailey Turner to the inside. Wright going to follow a little bit later. Just touches the apron, gets loose.
He's going to come up really high.
He's going to lose a little bit, but he's going to be in the draft, so he's going to be able to at least stay even. Cabot not too far behind, starting to slowly close in. So is Hatchell. And Hayes just finally getting by Michael Newman for 5th. And the top 10 are really starting to claw their way back closer to these leaders.
Not letting them get out of reach just yet, that's for sure.
It shows you how competitive all these cars are and how these drivers, how competitive they are. And how about this? Stravato underneath Dennis Faircloth for 9th, and how about Eric Hutton as well? Try to get inside the top 10. Oh man, Hutton, big send here. He's going to get split in the middle here. Here comes Mahalski. 3 wide off of 2. Faircloth on the outside. Man, this is just good racing all around in this field here.
Guys are doing a great job of keeping it as clean as they can. You know, obviously there's going to be the instances of door banging, but you know, to keep that car on the track and green flag rolling, be this close, it's impressive.
Yes, it is. Keeping it clean is a big factor in this as well, and not wanting to damage your race car and affect your race, because any bit of damage here at Michigan, such an aerodynamically dependent track, you need to have all the fenders straight. Don't want to have any dents or creases in any fenders. You want to have a clean car, because a clean car means a very fast car. And especially at a track like Michigan, where aerodynamics and horsepower mean all, you got to keep the car clean. And how about Adam Cabot getting a nice push here from Jeff Wright? Cabot able to take second away. Does he have anything for Bailey Turner, who's been out front, I believe, almost every lap, if not every lap? Still continuing to shake the draft, on board with Bailey Turner. And how about this? You can see Brody Hayes going to peek out of line here, try to get by Jeff Wright. Hayes maybe saved a little extra tire, as well as Cabot. He might be able to clear Hayes here off of four clear right. Won't be able to. Hatchell, his teammate right behind, maybe get a push. Won't be able to. Cabot closing back up here. Turner doing a great job shaking the draft. And Hayes going to clear right into turn 1. The top 3 now, Turner, Cabot, Hayes, Wright, and then Hatchell, the top 5 as well. So Newman not too far behind in 6th. And how about Mark Emerson up to 7th? Mayato, Stravato, and then Dennis Faircloth and Noah Mahalski. Eric Hutton still all battling here for this 10th position.
That's been pretty heated back here the whole time.
They have, and I don't know if you've been noticing, Logan, really the only car to really move up anywhere has been the 80. Still all over on the outside. There's Hutton. There's Massey right behind them as well. Just not able to find a way, as Mahalski going to take the spot away for 10th. But Faircloth, big run here off of 2. Does he have a chance to cross him over with Hutton on his inside? No, he won't, but he's got to run. Gonna get underneath the 03 now. Here we go. Big send here from the 80 of Faircloth. Gonna drift up the racetrack, but Mahalski gonna have the momentum up on the outside. What does Eric Hutton and Ray Massey choose to do? Punching a big hole in the air, being side by side. I don't know. Does it look like Hutton has a little more speed than these two?
It kind of feels like he does, especially whenever they get side by side. And like you said, punching a big hole in the air as they're going down. It's just opening that lane up for Hutton.
It is, and Hutton really going to have to find a way to get around the 80. The 80 not going to be an easy pass here. And Mahalski going to take 10th and try to keep it and pull away here. There goes Faircloth way up to the outside lane. Hutton all the way on the bottom. Can he clear the 80? He'll be able to, but he'll pull up side by side. Now he's going to have draft from the 03. That should help. Just can't find a way to do it.
It's got to be one of the most frustrating things for me whenever I'm driving here in iRacing is, you know, you drive so clean and you feel like you're running a good line.
Got him. And Eric Hutton up into 11th. Good move there. Had to put a slider on him off of 2, but got the job done. Here comes Massey now, trying to find a way. The 80 starting to struggle here as this run goes on. We're almost right on the edge of where we pitted, or when we last pitted the last time. So good run. How about Nathan Ostrowski going to bring it down pit road here?
Really starts to make those leaders think about maybe coming in as well, so we'll see how they do in the next couple laps.
Faircloth gets the wall. And he's in it pretty decent. Here comes Banks to get by. And Faircloth cannot afford to get too much damage here. How about this Jeff Wright and Brody Hayes going at it for third. Wright able to clear Hayes there in the middle of 1 and 2. Got the position. Turner in the lead, but man, he's got a mirror full of Jeff Wright out of Cabot. Look at this, right to the inside. Turner gonna have to take the air away. And Wright, you can see loses, but Cabot's gonna have a run. Here he comes. Turner throws the block. And Cabot is there. Cabot looking for the lead. The Magic Man trying to get back to the top step and get a win. He's been off. He barely came back last week at Sonoma. And man, what a storybook win it would be for Adam Cabot if he can win this race in his second start of the season. But he's just going to have to work for it because Jeff Wright is trying to get by and Bailey Turner's right in front of him defending for his life.
Turner's done a great job making that car just as wide as the track is here at Michigan. Not letting anybody get by him any chance that they get.
I don't know if they are, but they're going to have to find a way to maybe move him out of the way. Mark Emerson has moved up into 6. Newman losing a couple positions. Keith Maiato trying to find a way up through the field as well. AJ Stravato is also trying to find a way. And look at this. The Italian Stallion 3 wide down the front stretch trying to get to the 2-for-1 special on Newman and Maiato.
He had a great run off the bottom of that turn 4. I thought he was going to get that.
And he might here off of turn number 2. He gets by the 36. He's going to try to clear the 12. He's not going to be able to. Newman fights back, but he has to get out of the gas. Maiato going to look down to the inside and try to push the 33 by. And he does. Stravato gets 2 in 1 lap. But can Keith Maiato find a way around Michael Newman because here comes the 03 Mahowski. Good battling here inside the top 10, Logan. I don't know. It's getting good here, especially up at the front.
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough everywhere right now. You know, it looks like a lot of passing going on, but it's just more side-by-side battling, and well, maybe you're getting that position, and maybe you're giving it up a couple laps later because you're still trying to drive as hard as you can, but it's all over the field right now.
Do you think we're starting to see guys fall off a little bit and maybe start losing the handling of their race cars?
I think this will be the point, if this continues green, that we start seeing packs form, spread out throughout the field. You know, all these guys, obviously we've got the top 5 up here with a decent-sized gap, and then another 5 or 6 behind them, and another decent-sized gap. It'll start spreading out a little bit, but it's going to be in packs.
And if you're Bailey Turner, does the clean air help? Do you want to get put in the draft and save a little bit more fuel, or do you think the clean air is what you want to have?
I'm going with clean air. You know, it's at some point everybody's going to have to pit. I feel like the fuel economy in these vehicles are probably good enough. If you can get around that lap 60 area, you might be able to make it to the end of it.
Look at this. Cabot throwing a big block on Hayes. Hayes trying to cross him over. And Wright losing just a couple positions here. He's lost 1 to Hayes. Might lose another one to Hatchell. It looks like the VSPEED cars behind these two starting to show their muscle in the long run. Can Hayes cross over and split up 3? He won't. He'll push the 17 down the back. Look at that on his bumper into 3. Cabot going to get by. Hayes breaks out just a little bit there, but Wright looks like he's going to be bringing it to pit road. Big moment here out of Jeff Wright. Oh, he locks up. He spins into pit road, but he saves it. But did he speed? Jeff Wright in pit road here. He is falling down the racing order. He's down to 24th right now, but the first car into pit road. Logan, does this force the hand of everybody else to bring it in?
I feel like they really have to start thinking about it now. You know, he's being a front runner this entire time. He's posing a good threat to work his way back through this field. very quickly
And
with
let's
fresh
see.
tires.
I want to keep an eye on the leader, Bailey Turner. He doesn't pit. Cabot stays out, but look at behind them. Here comes Mark Emerson and Noah Mahalski coming in as well. They ease it into pit road a lot easier. And Jeff Wright out of pit road, going to join up right in front of Bailey Turner. And look at Seth Hatchell trying to get track position here on the entry. Wright going to come up right in front, no pun intended, there in front of Bailey Turner about, what would you say, about a quarter straightaway ahead.
Yeah, roughly about that. Didn't quite catch him on the screen there, but he's not that far ahead.
And here comes Cabot, going to run a lower exit. They stay out another lap. And here comes Michael Newman in 8th, bringing it into pit road. Ray Massey as well, bringing it into pit road. And look at this, Seth Hatchell trying to get around Adam Cabot.
Gonna clear
And
him?
he does. Can Hatchell run Bailey Turner down and be there on the entry of pit road? Although it looks like Hatchell overdrove 2. Now Cabot's got one chance at a run here. And here comes Cabot back down to the inside.
That's gonna force Hatchell to stay out another lap too, taking away that inside line to the pit lane.
He's going to get a nice run down the front stretch. He should be able to clear Cabot. He does. He'll swoop down in front, clear the 17. Here comes Hayes looking to the outside. Cabot shuts the door. There's the cars that have just pitted. Massey and Newman barely exiting, following Jeff Wright. And that last lap, Bailey Turner, a 40.697. Jeff Wright, a 38.881. 2 seconds almost the difference.
You've got the 03 now in the mix, and Mahalski, fresh tires. Just look at the difference of how that car's driving.
I think Cabot going to bring it in. This is big. I want to see it. How good are the pit stops at the 17 and the 37? Look at AJ Stravado, the spots he's going to gain. Sends it into pit road. And look, I don't know if I want to check. These are important pit stops here for the 17 and the 37. Where will they cycle out when Jeff Wright comes around the track? Bailey Turner, our leader, is going to bring it into pit road. So is Seth Hatchell. How much time can Hatchell gain on the pit road and catch up to the 24? And here comes Bailey Turner off of pit road. It looks like Cabot holds on to the spot. Hatchell going to get a little bit. And there goes Jeff Wright, Mark Emerson, Noah Mahalski going to go by with ease. But now 4-lap older tires on Jeff Wright's car.
Not sure what happened there.
Oh, good. And here comes Bailey Turner into pit road, who was the leader on the entry of at the beginning of the cycle, is going to probably hand the lead over to Jeff Wright. How good of a stop can Turner and Hatchell have in their pit boxes? Timmy Emanuele assumes the lead of the race, has yet to make a pit stop. Turner out of the box and out of pit road. Wright blows by. Where does Hatchell and Turner cycle out? I worry that they might have stayed out just a little bit too long.
They very well might have. We'll have to see. I'm going to find... There we are.
And there's Hatchell and Turner just merging back, but they're 9th and 11th right now. And Hayes, who pitted one lap earlier, lost a little bit of time to Adam Cabot, who I believe had a speeding penalty and is still in pit road. Yes, Adam Cabot, who is now in 30th position in pit road with a speeding penalty. And that is
not
big.
How your day wants to go.
No, and that is big for this race because it looked like Cabot might have had something for Turner and Wright, and unfortunately, unless a caution is going to be taken out of this race. Alan Dice also a speeding penalty. No, I don't think he can count out here is AJ Stravado, who has now positioned himself in 5th as Timmy Emanuele, the leader now, who was the leader, now bringing it down pit lane.
22 of Mark Emerson up here in second place now. That's a new name to the top 5.
Yeah, but again, him and Wright and Mahalski on significantly older tires than AJ Stravato, who's, even though it may seem 3-4 laps, that could be a second difference, and it looks like it is. Battle for third here behind them. How about Ray Massey as well? Good pit stop execution from him and the 23 crew. And look at this, Turner and Hayes door banging down the front stretch. There still are door banging.
They're not going to let go of each other now.
And Turner clears Hayes here for 6th on the racetrack. Is Hayes going to try to fight back? More than halfway through the up there. Oh, look at this. Turner, big block on Hayes. Hayes not going to like that. Might send him into the corner. No, he'll back off and let Bailey keep it, but Brody Hayes not going to be too pleased with that move.
Brody Hayes will keep that one in the back pocket for later on in this race.
Oh, he will. Hayes not going to appreciate that. As up ahead, Stravato moves up into third, ahead of Mahalski, and now Turner and Hayes trying to close up and get by Massey in the 03 of Mahalski.
Yeah, like you said, that 3 to 4 lap difference between the tires is already starting to show.
And Seth Hatchell has really kind of backed off the pace. He's kind of let Bailey Turner and Brody Hayes kind of pull away, and it makes you wonder, is the fuel situation a little bit tight? You're going to have to go about 48 to 50 laps.
It's hard saying. I was thinking right around that 60 lap mark would be the perfect time to get some fuel, but that might be the strategy later for a caution to come out. Just we'll top it off and kind of hoping for the best.
Indeed, and remember as well, for everybody watching, 5 sets of tires. These guys have already taken 2 sets, so 2 more sets they start on the first set, 4 sets laying in the pits. They've already taken 2 of the sets, so interesting to see. There's still 2 more sets laying in the pits. Will they bring it in maybe one more time? Teammates battling for track position here. Look at AJ Stravato and Bailey Turner. They just got by Mark Emerson. Turner, fresher tires here on the 24.
Easy to see that 48 of Jeff Wright over 2 seconds ahead.
The good thing for Jeff is that they are way out of draft range. But once they get it, if they get about, I would say about 1.2 seconds is the mark. Once they get that, they will start reeling in Jeff Wright, who's got way older tires, 5 lap older tires. I feel like that might bite the 48 later in this race.
I don't know if he can keep this, green flag run going here. If he's got the fuel, he might be able to keep that distance ahead of him to where they can't get the draft. But as I say that, they're closing it very quickly.
I don't know if it's going to work for Jeff right there. Even though Bailey Turner was trying to pass AJ Stravato, was still 0.6 of a second faster. I think that pitting early for Jeff Wright is just not going to work.
Just mentioned Seth Hatchell a couple laps ago. He is back in 10th, now up to 6th.
He started to push the tires. No, he's losing a little bit too much time to Turner. Although Joshua Banks, one of the hardest guys to get around, he's been trying to just stay away from him, and he's just not able to clear. Now, I'll give Josh credit. He's got some good lap times there. Oh, look at this contact. Mark Emerson is going to get in the way of the 8. He's going to split him 3 wide. Oh, he's going to get hit by Hatchell, and now Banks going to pin the 22 of Emerson, or the 8 behind the 22. Oh, man, Hatchell they split the 22. The 22 going to lose 2 spots. Hatchell way on the top. Banks all the way on the bottom. Can't clear. Hatchell trying to get the 2-for-1 special here down the front stretch, and he will.
That was fun to watch right there, Alex.
That was awesome. That was awesome to watch Hatchell, the 2-time champion, try to work his way up to the field for the lead. Bailey Turner has ran down Jeff Wright. And Turner going to dive it down to the bottom. Wright not going to have an answer. Bailey Turner, the dominant car of the day, the pole sitter, back to the front. And man, that 24 car looks, he has a noble steed under him right now, and he is absolutely showing some muscle. Bailey Turner, freshest tires other than Seth Hatchell right now. And Hatchell, the only car that is on the same tires, 1.9 seconds behind.
Over half of this race led by Bailey Turner in that 24 car, so he definitely has the pace to do it.
Dominate is the word to describe the 24. Bailey Turner looking for his second win of the season. And right now looking poised to do it. Now Bailey Turner pulls about a half a second on Jeff Wright. And now a little more almost over a second between AJ Stravato and Brody Hayes. At 2 seconds on Seth Hatchell.
Hatchell and Banks, though, they should be pretty close to picking up that draft of Hayes. And if they can catch back up there, they might make a strong push up there, the back of the 24 car.
Yeah, it just depends how much are they going to get caught up behind the 48 of Jeff Wright. Noah Mahalski, Eric Hutton battling on the racetrack as well. In the 9th position, Ray Massey not too far behind them in 10th. Chris Samar, Michael Newman, and Keith Mayato, fresher tires behind them. Just good battling all around this racetrack. And Hatchell, Stravato has now ran down Jeff Wright. Can he find a way around him?
Well, it didn't seem like Jeff put up too much of a fight against the 24 car, so we might see kind of the same move. I wonder if he knows that he's a little bit off the pace.
Yeah,
might be looking for a short pit strategy.
He might be trying to cut this race, like you said, short pit this next run here, but he hasn't fallen off too much now because he's been in draft. And right now he's going to lose 2 spots, fall back to 4th. See if he can, when he does short pit. But I think the thing, if you're the leaders now, you have that fresher tire gap. Do you want to now, do you want to bring it in with him, or do you want to do what you did last time and overcut him?
Battle back here.
And Massey, yeah, that's for the 9th position on the racetrack. Or sorry, is it the, yeah, it's just the 9th position on the racetrack, yeah. Oh, time is scoring. Kevin McGarvey, Kyle McGarvey is, Kevin McGarvey, is in 20th. I'm not sure why he's in 4th, but other than that,
I don't know what's going on with my ticker there.
all good. But yes, this is the battle for the 9th place position on the racetrack.
Same thing with both of them there. I don't know what's going on. A little bit of technical difficulties to continue on through the night here, I guess.
It's all good. As still now this top 5, Hatchell has ran them down. He's closed up to the back bumper of Jeff Wright here. I think Hatchell, he's got speed. The question is, he cannot follow. He cannot afford to fall too far back from Bailey Turner.
Absolutely not. If he wants a chance of taking home first place, I think that a caution might be the best case scenario. It doesn't quite seem like he's got the same pace.
I think he's faster than the cars ahead of him, but is he faster than the 24? That I'm not sure. And Bailey, even though he's a little bit faster, he doesn't have any draft. If you look at where the 24 is, he's all by himself. These guys behind him are at least nose to tail, but they have the 24's draft.
See how big of a gap that is there, too. You said just all alone.
It is. It's surprisingly a little bit of surprising runs here. How about Cody Atkins? Freshest tires is, in the field in 13th. Got some speed in that 55 car. Trying to get around Michael Newman and Keith Mayato.
Try this ticker one more time, see if it's working at all, and does not appear to be. So we're going to run the rest of this without that, unfortunately.
And we'll keep everybody updated on the positions here in this race. Brody Hayes trying to find a way around AJ Stravado right now. Maybe it's the smart thing to push these guys up to Bailey Turner.
That's exactly what I was thinking. If Hatchell and Wright can catch up to those guys, 4-car run is going to be a whole lot faster than 1.
Yeah, and again, I can't not help but give a shout out to Joshua Banks in the 35. A heck of a rebound that he's had. You know, you got to think about it. He's gotten that first truck, was involved in that first instance, got a little bit of damage, got set all the way to the back because of the EOL, claimed the caution, and he has worked himself up into 6th. So great pace for the 35.
Absolutely. To go from middle of the pack to the front of it, all the way to the back and back up to the front, all in one race, that shows your skill of driving.
Banksy, one of those drivers on the short tracks, always in the question to being fast, and nonetheless, man, even on these ovals, just so good.
We've got this pack close enough that if they decide to work together, reel Bailey Turner back in, make it a 5-way race for first place.
Yeah, at least a 5 or 6 car battle for sure, because Banks is still hanging on about a half a second back. He's at least hanging in the toe of the 8, but right now, will they have enough pace to run him down? 30 laps is a long way to go. Are they going to be able to go that far on pace and go that far on tires and fuel? I just don't know. And here comes Hatchell to the inside of Jeff Wright. And Hayes underneath Stravado. Hatchell going to take the position. Up to 4th. Hayes now up to 2nd. The top 2, or you know, it's funny, the top 3 in points, the top 3 in this race.
That makes sense.
It shows you the best of the series rising here tonight in Michigan when the race is on the line. Still 28 laps to go. It's getting very good. And before we close it out here to the end of this race, how about we go to a quick commercial break, and we'll bring you right back here and go side by side here from the Michigan International Speedway. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break and cover the last 28 laps of the Up There Disc Golf 200.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
And welcome back here from the Up There Disc Golf 200 for the Michigan International Speedway. Bailey Turner continues to lead and be the dominant car of the day, but right now it ain't going to be without these V-Speed cars of Seth Hatchell and Brody Hayes to say something. And how about this? Hatchell able to get by Stravato and Jeff Wright during the break, and Joshua Banks has kept in tow with these guys, and all of these 5 cars are running down the leader, Bailey Turner.
Wasn't that gap every time around this racetrack, and it'll be it's going to make for an interesting finish. I wonder if they're going to have to pit one more time, or if they can make it all the way.
And to add to that, it looks like we're seeing guys bring it down pit lane. Here comes Jeff Wright, as you say that. Although he sends it into pit road, he might have sped, but might be just fine. And this will be the key now. Where does everybody else? What do they do? What is their strategy? And again, apologies for the time. No timing and scoring. No, going to be none of that. So we'll try to keep you updated as much as we can on pit stops. Jeff Wright in the pit lane, and I tell you what, Logan, does that force the hand of these guys to pit?
I think it has to. Like, with having Hayes. Jeff up there.
And here comes Stravato. Let's keep it on Hayes here. Let's see how much can he get it through pit road. He sends it in. How about Stravato sending it in as well? And into pit road. These are the money stops, final pit stops of the night. And now I got to think that forces the hand of Bailey Turner and Seth Hatcher to bring it into pit road.
They're both going to have to come down next lap, or else it's going to be a tough finish for them.
And here they go into pit road. Hayes going to bring it into a stall. Oh, he misses it.
Overshoots it a little bit.
Misses his stall, has to back up. Will this allow Stravato to jump him? Left side's getting jacked up and jacked back down, and the 33 is off and away. Hayes going to drop the jack, might barely have to fight the 33 here off the pit road. Hayes holds on to the position. Seth Hatchell has brought it down to pit lane. Bailey Turner stays out another lap.
I think this is going to spell trouble for Turner. It's too soon to tell, but...
And Jeff Wright has jumped Brody Hayes by about 1.3 seconds. And the tire advantage much smaller than it was last time. Hatchell into pit road. Bailey Turner stays out another lap. And Hatchell off and away. Jeff Wright is going to get by the 8 of Hatchell out of pit road. Where does Hatchell cycle out behind Brody Hayes and Stravato, who are battling? I just don't like this decision by Bailey Turner staying out this long. I know he has a dominant car, but you cannot afford to lose too much track position.
Absolutely not. Whenever we were seeing, 4 to 5 lap difference in tires being at least a half second on the track, that's a tough call. But we'll see if it pays off for him.
And another one I don't like Joshua Banks, who stayed out a long time as well, but he's going to have fresher tires. He's going to get blown by those guys that he was battling. The big thing for these guys is you cannot afford to lose their draft. No matter if you have fresher tires or not, if you lose their draft, you have no chance, I don't think.
You can't go fast without a partner at a place like Michigan. It's all about the draft here.
And I like what these two did. They pitted together, and now even though the 1 lap fresher tires is going to make a difference, they're going to be in prime position. They can run down Jeff Wright, but look at this. These guys battling, and Jeff Wright is rooting these guys on to battle each other.
Then Hatchell back there behind him starting to work his way up, so we might see this 4-car combo
still staying out. I just think that move is going to cost Bailey Turner the win if he doesn't pit. He's got to pit this lap or next. I just don't know if he can pit, stay out another, 2 or 3 laps. Sounds like 24 team is pitting. See Bailey Turner going to come into pit road. These guys battling here in front of him, but he's going to let him go. Bailey Turner, the leader of this race, the dominant car of the day.
Contact ahead of him.
Ray Massey saves it. He saves it. No caution. That could have been costly for the 24. He's in the pit road. They save it. No caution, and Turner will get to the attention of his pit crew. What a save from the 23. It looked like contact with the 03 of Massey.
That was a huge save. Really, really could have messed things up for Bailey Turner there.
Yes, it could have. And here we come off of turn 4. Jeff Wright and AJ Stravato and Brody Hayes all together as one. Bailey Turner leaving his stall now. Where will Turner cycle out? He's going to lose even more spots. Angelo Ronis and Banks going to get by, and even Mahalski and Hutton. And Turner is going to come out 5 seconds behind Jeff Wright. Is there enough time? Is there enough pace and enough tire advantage to get by all of them?
It's tough to say. Hopefully they can put it together here and we'll start clawing your way back.
How many cars are ahead of him? I just don't know if there's too many cars ahead of him where he can get draft and use it. And if that's the case, I think it's going to be between these 4 cars. Because Joshua Banks, he's barely in draft range. And if he can stay in the draft, Joshua Banks has the freshest tires of these top 5. What a win it would be for Banks if he can keep the lead or if he can get the win. And what a drive it would be to drive all the way from the back up to the front, under green. I don't know, man. Logan, I got to ask you, do you think Jeff having the oldest tires here, we know he's probably the best driver in this series at the moment, but are these tires going to be able to hold up and hold off guys like Stravato?
It's really hard to say. I mean, Stravato's such a fast driver, and he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve that he can pull out at any time. And I mean, as you look to see him taking a look at the inside.
Jeff Wright not going to let it go easy, though. The Italian Stallion to the inside. Jeff Wright, there's a bunch of champions, a lot of championships. Won, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 5 championships in the top 3. Because here comes Seth Hatchell as well with a chance on Brody Hayes, his teammate. Stravato trying to get by his teammate for the lead and what could possibly be the win. He cannot clear, and here comes Seth Hatchell. And don't count out Banksy behind them in 5th. Bailey Turner 3.5 seconds behind them. Can he run them down? Lap car didn't steal all the way on the top. Might affect the exit of Jeff Wright. 3 wide with the lap car battling for the lead. Here comes Seth Hatchell with the run. 13 laps to go from Michigan, and what a barn burner we have going on here. Hatchell and Hayes close up a little bit more. They still battle for the lead. Stravato gets tight underneath Wright. And here comes Hatchell to the outside to push the 48 by. These guys are costing a lot of time because Bailey Turner is coming.
He's not going to slow down either after leading over half this race. He's on a hunt. He wants that spot back.
Can get by, it'll be hard for Turner to run him down, but can Hatchell get by? He'll get to the back bumper of Wright. Oh, there's contact! Hatchell into the wall! He slams it, and there goes Banks by! Hatchell's car destroyed! And look at Cabot up to the middle, contact with the lap car of steel! And there's big damage on the 8 of Seth Hatchell. If you want to take a replay and look at what it looked like mid-contact with AJ Stravato. Looked like he tried to cross over and get underneath Wright. And Stravato was there trying to side draft, and he got by them. Brody Hayes, Moses right through the middle. And how about Brody Hayes now to a live shot going for the lead? Brody Hayes trying to steal it here. Can he get by Jeff Wright? Bailey Turner 1.8 seconds behind. And with these guys battling, he has the draft. Hayes gets the lead. And here comes Joshua Banks with fresher tires. The lap car at Cabot. Going to try to get by all of them.
Let him go, not fight that battle right there, and just keep it to where they're at.
And here comes Banks with the run on right. He gets to the outside, and back Joshua Banks. What a comeback. 10 laps to go from Michigan. And Turner within striking distance, a second back. Wright sends it to the bottom of Hayes. Look at Banks using the wall. Wright gets the spot, but Banks with the crossover and the run. Banks gets second away. Can he get by Hayes because Turner is only a second back? Banks up to the outside once again. Will he be able to close up and get by Brody Hayes? Here comes Bailey Turner on board with AJ Stravato. Looking at the top three ahead of him, jostling around for position. Banks sends it to the outside of Hayes. He is there. Can he get the momentum off the corner and get the lead? He won't. He can't. And Hayes holds on, but here comes Banks with the run in the draft to the bottom. Hayes throws the block. Banks down to the apron. He's underneath the 37, and Joshua Banks gets the lead, but here comes Bailey Turner.
Bailey Turner's back in it now.
And Bailey Turner with a great run. Fresher tires has a shot. Hayes underneath Banks for the lead. Here comes Turner, help from teammate Stravato. Fresher tires for the dominant car of the day. Banks gonna lose the spot to Hayes. Here comes Turner underneath of him for second. Can Bailey Turner get by both of them down the backstretch? Hayes might not have an answer. Wesley Dunphy joining out of pit road here. 2 lap cars in the way. Dunphy gets out of the way. Now Justin Carey to deal with. Look at this between Banks and Wright. And Turner now underneath Hayes for the lead. Banks, big run.
Unfortunately, everything
but he can't do it.
Everything on the timing screen being broken right now is really not helping being able to showcase this battle between everybody up here in the top 5.
Yes, and Bailey Turner with the fresher tires and the best car in the field gets by both of them for the lead, and Turner setting sail away with 7 laps to go. Here comes Banks on underneath Hayes. They make contact. Bailey Turner is hoping these guys don't get together and cause a wreck and force a restart, but with the way they're racing, it just might happen. And Banks gets by for second. Here comes Wright to the inside of Hayes. Man, what great racing we're seeing. BTDY never disappointing here on Tuesday nights. But Turner, 4.5 tenths ahead of Joshua Banks. Does Banks have anything for him?
You know, if he can just stay in that draft and start creeping up, there's enough time for him to do something. But like you said, Turner having the fresher tires and the dominating car tonight, chances are very slim.
We know they are. 5 laps to go from the Michigan International Race Speedway in the Up There Disc Golf 200. Can Brody Hayes, Joshua Banks, Jeff Wright, or AJ Stravato run him down? Jeff Wright gets the wall.
Stravato also
Turner
into the wall on that exit.
And Turner pulls over a half a second ahead now. And how about this? Bailey Turner looking for his second win of the season. Won at Nashville Fairgrounds earlier this year. Could have argued almost had a win at at the Nashville Super Speedway, but got into an incident. And right now, 24 car, looking strong. He's led the most laps, and right now he is setting sail.
He's sitting pretty right now where he's at. I don't think there will be much of a competition crossing this finish line for him, but this is where the racing gets hard. There might be one case scenario that might happen. I'm not going to say it, though.
It's a caution, and we know that's happened before. Always a possibility of the caution. Bailey Turner hoping that we stay clean and green. 3 laps to go at the start-finish line. Turner continues to hold on about a 6/10 of a second lead over Joshua Banks and Brody Hayes. Jeff Wright 4th, Stravato 5th. Hatchell, with the heavy damage to the right rear, has fallen back to 6th. Might be under pressure from Mahalski at the end of this race here for 6th. Mahalski 7th. Then Mayato, Eric Hutton, and Cody Atkins, the top 10 at the moment. And off of turn 4 for Bailey Turner, popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go from the Michigan International Speedway after 198 miles complete. 96. My math a little off here, but Bailey Turner, what a race we've seen so far in Logan. Bailey Turner able to handle it all and get back up to the lead.
Fantastic driving here by that 24 car, and I'm not too surprised. Watched him in practice and watched him in the qualifying. He showed a lot of talent out there, and I think it really carried over into this race for him.
And it's showing why he's been a runner-up in the points 2 times, just missing that championship. But a good start here to get a second win of the season. White flag, 1 more lap to go for the Michigan International Speedway. Jeff Wright has fallen to 4th, Hayes to 3rd, and Banks have come back up to 2nd. But it ain't going to be any match. There's a half a lap to go, 1 mile to go for Bailey Turner, who started on the pole and has led the most laps. A little off of a strategy, but it's no match for anybody else but the 24 car. And off of turn number 4, Bailey Turner, another win at Michigan, and Bailey Turner a 2nd win on the season here at Michigan after Bailey Turner wins the up there disc golf 200, and what a win! Leads 81 laps, starts on the pole and finishes where he starts. What a win! What a race! Bailey Turner the winner. Banks 2nd, Hayes 3rd, Wright comes home 4th, Stravato with the top 5, then Hatchell, Mayato, Mahalski, Hutton, and Cody Atkins, the top 10 here for the Michigan International Speedway, and getting some congratulatory bumps and door bangs from his teammates. And Logan, what a race.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Bailey Turner tonight, and all these drivers out here putting on a great show. What do we have? Just the 1 caution, 11 lead changes tonight. So battle throughout the entire 100 laps tonight, and it was just it was a fun one to be a part of.
Yes, it does. And Bailey Turner in front of the virtual Michigan International Speedway race fans going to burn it down here for his 2nd win of the season. And ladies and gentlemen, BTDY never disappoints on Tuesday nights. And again, Bailey Turner, another win in that throwback, Jeff Gordon throwback. Man, what a race we saw. Stick around for post-race interviews. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break to talk to the top 3, including your winner, Bailey Turner. Again, after a dominant win here at Michigan. Stick around, and we'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the nurturing reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as her Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
Welcome back to the Up There Disc Golf 200 at the conclusion. Bailey Turner, your winner here tonight. And take a look at our finishing results here from Michigan. 1 caution, 11 lead changes. Bailey Turner on the pole dominates and wins the race. Joshua Banks had to go to the back after an incident early in this race, drives all the way up to second. A great run for Banksy. Comes home second. Brody Hayes, solid run in third. Jeff Wright, again, consistency in fourth. AJ Stravato in fifth. Seth Hatchell, sixth. Keith Mayano, seventh. Noah Mahalski in eighth. Eric Hutton, ninth. And Cody Atkins, a top 10.
In that top 10, we've got Mark Emerson in the 11th position, Chris Samard in the 12th, Angelo Horonis in 13th, Michael Newman 14th, Dallas Sullivan in 15th, Dennis Faircloth 16th, Ray Massey in 17th, Nick Starling in 18th, Max Cost in 19th, and Brandon Vasquez in the 20th position.
Yes, sir. And in 21st was Nathan Ostrowski, 22nd, Lyle Sofridge, Justin Carey, 23rd, 24th, Dennis Steele, Kevin McGarvey, 25th, Lane Solfridge, 26th, Timmy Emanuele in 27th, Alan Dice, 28th, Adam Cabot in 29th, Wesley Dunphy in 30th, and rounding out the field tonight was Robert Happy Gilmore. And what a race we got here today. And we'll talk to our third place finisher here, Brody Hayes. Let me see if I can pull him up here, and there he is. Brody Hayes, Alec Martinez, and Logan Thurkeld in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you're bringing home P3. You lead 4 laps, battling hard there with Banks and Turner there at the end. What more did you need to maybe stick with Bailey?
Tires. I needed the right front to stay on it a little bit longer. I don't know. Bailey had really good short to mid run speed. You know, and he kept with it through the long run there. He could maintain his gap. I really came on at the long run and we just didn't have enough laps there at the end. I was hoping that we opened up enough gap to him, but he was so fast on the short run. I was trying to manage too much tire to have something for him when he got to me, but it just wasn't enough. But hey, we got another podium, so keeping that alive, so that's good.
Yeah, the podium streak continues to go, and you're really high up there. You're going to lose a little bit to Bailey, but still, you're going to keep it really close. And you keep getting the podiums. That win, it seems like it's almost there. How do you feel about going into the next week at Atlanta, and not New Atlanta, Old Atlanta?
Old Atlanta's a lot of fun. I'm hoping that it's more managed the right rear than it is the right front. And I think we'll be able to move around a little bit more there. So Old Atlanta usually puts on a good race. They usually gives the driver a little more edge. So no, it'll be fun next week. I'm hoping for a win, but if not, we'll get her back on the podium.
Absolutely, and keep that streak alive. Well, we appreciate your time, Brody. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to here for this run?
Yeah, all our sponsors, everybody that comes on board to do this league, you guys up in the booth, going back watching these broadcasts, always a good time. So appreciate you guys. Makes the Tuesday night a lot of fun. So, yep.
Yes, sir, it does. Well, we appreciate your time, Brody, and we look forward to hopefully talking to you again next week at Atlanta.
Well, yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you. And that's Brody Hayes, third place finish here tonight, and catch up just one spot up here over at Pit Road. Logan, I believe you got Joshua Banks with you.
I do have Joshua Banks with me here. Joshua, Logan and Alec up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, brother.
Hey, man, that was some driving out there today. Started out in 15th, worked your way all the way up to the front, had an issue, fell all the way back, and then came all the way back up to second place again. You drove through that field more times than anybody else, that's for sure. Walk me through it, man. What happened?
Well, I will publicly apologize to Nick on the wreck to cause the caution. Obviously, it was my fault. I was getting a run, and he was lifting a little bit because I think he was thinking he was going to hit the wall. And when I was keeping my foot in it, I let off to try to get cut underneath, and my nose was just barely there. I thought I missed it, but it just turned them. And so it's completely my fault. I do apologize to Nick on that one. So it definitely put a hindrance on the race. I feel like that if that didn't happen, we would have been in a better spot on that run, because I didn't know we had this good of a pace. Honestly, I thought we were mid top 10, you know, didn't think we would be able to run here in the top 5, and it was pretty cool to be up here racing at the end of these boys and, putting on a show. Cause I bet it was fun to see the comers and goers with the fresh, good tires and the old tires trying to hold off. And, but it was tough, dude. I'm not gonna lie. This car is definitely becoming a car I really like now. The way they've changed it to where it drives, I think, better. It's just this track that I was a little worried it was going to be right front heavy, and it was, but we were able to figure out what line worked best for me to maintain the tire and keep the momentum going and keep the pace going to keep up with these guys. And it just worked out. And pit strategies worked for once. We're figuring that out. So thankfully, it's coming around, and we're getting good finishes out of it.
Absolutely. You said you didn't quite think that you had the pace for the top 5. Well, forget about that. You got top 3. So again, congratulations on that. We didn't get you on screen a whole lot whenever you were working your way up through the pack, but we definitely kept an eye on you. What was your secret, man? Some of those guys, you looked like you were just passing, they were standing still in park.
I mean, I can't give away all my secrets here because if I do, man, everybody else be doing it. But it just, I don't know, just keeping the car straight, trying to make sure you don't overdrive it on exit, because if you do, that long run is going to kill you in a heartbeat. So just making sure we keep it straight and keep it off the wall, keep the fenders on it, just keep it clean. I'm trying to work on that. I've been having some bad luck here of late, not being clean with some drivers. So trying to work on that, and thankfully we weren't able to make any more issues tonight after the first one. So just move on and try it again, do again what we did tonight, and get a good finish next week.
Absolutely, go into next week with a head full of steam for sure. So Joshua, before you depart, you got anybody you'd like to say hey to? Thanks to?
I mean, you guys up in the booth, first of all, of course, doing a good job with the league, or the broadcasting, excuse me. And of course, our admins with the league, doing great with it. I've been racing with these guys my 4th season now. So, we're used to racing with a lot of these guys. So definitely thanks to the admins for doing what they do up there. And then, of course, my sponsors, Matco Tools, on the car, celebrating the 45th year this year. So happy to have them on board, and having a good looking scheme run around and putting it up front. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Again, congratulations tonight, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you.
That's Joshua Banks, the 2nd place finisher here, and we'll go to our winner here in victory lane, Bailey Turner.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, brother. Another win here, the 2nd win of the season, and man, absolutely dominated. Had to work for it there at the end, but take us to that race.
Yeah, man, it was just first off, I just want to thank now Cup Series driver off because somebody broke their back on Sunday, Corey Heim, for teaching me that line. Just managing the tires there and trying to, as the leader, it's hard to kind of gauge how hard you want to push it here at Michigan because, just watching those guys in the mirror, I felt like I was getting quadruple teamed by all them drafting together to work up to me, and then, fending one of them off at a time, whether it was Adam Cabot or Jeff Wright or Brody or Seth. Man, I had my hands full. So that was quite the battle there. And, I had a little bit of experience over there in that Saturday Night Racing League. Shout out to Jeff Wright. And, just managed the tires there and hopefully did that overcut. I noticed that worked so well last time I was here, and kind of gauged my runs off of how fast I caught Jeff because he was on that the undercut there on us, and knew I'd have enough time there at the end, but certainly with Banks showing that really good pace there at the end, I was a little worried.
Yes, sir. Well, now next week, shift the focus over to Atlanta. Is there anything maybe Corey Heim taught you there, or are you just looking to see if you got something there? Maybe go back to back.
Are we going New Atlanta?
Old
Atlanta. Yeah, it's the tire saving track. Corey Heim didn't teach me that much there. Adam Cabot, passing me on the last lap over there on Monday Night Racing was quite the heartbreaker. So hopefully we get that figured out. I think we're running that in like multiple different leagues in the next week. So we'll have a little bit of practice and hopefully come in with a little bit of pace.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your time, Bailey. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to for the win?
Yeah, all the boys over there at Sad Boys, Angelo, Eric, Jeff, AJ, Adam for joining us for the night. It's been fun to have him back, and I'm sure we'll see his face around. He's always super competitive, so I'm sure I'll have my hands full. But yeah, just really looking forward to these next handful of weeks and trying to keep this points lead. I know it'll be important heading towards the playoffs.
For sure. Well, we appreciate your time, Bailey. Congratulations on the win, and look forward to hopefully talking to you again next week at Atlanta.
Thanks, boys.
All right, appreciate you. That's Bailey Turner, your winner here tonight from an eventful up there Disc Golf 200. Logan, any closing thoughts before we head into next week at Atlanta?
You know, Atlanta's going to be a good one. It's a great track to follow up a track like Michigan here, so all these guys running up in the top 5 consistently have a great chance next week, and it's going to be a really fun one to be there for, too. Hopefully I might join you in the booth for that one. We'll just have to see if Adam Baker's back, but it was had a great time tonight, Alec. We got a real good show.
Yes, sir, we did. And Bailey Tournament, the Corey Heim line, and like you said, Corey Heim making his first start. So we wish Corey Heim the best luck this weekend on Sunday when he races doubleheader. But man, again, congratulations to Bailey Turner in another win this season. And ladies and gentlemen, appreciate all of you guys watching here tonight. My name was Alec Martinez. Logan Throkeld, keep pronouncing it, Throkeld here tonight. Appreciate you joining me tonight. Hope Adam's having a good time. And again, appreciate all of you guys supporting us here at VSPEED. And again, like and subscribe on the channel and put that notification bell, update you on all of our broadcasts for BTDY and any other series that is broadcasted on this channel. Appreciate all of you watching. Congratulations to Bailey Turner here from the BTDY Racing League here in the there Disc Golf 200. We'll see you next week from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Until then, take care and have a great rest of your week. He goes high. Shimano block. Turns the 33.
Contact there entering turn 1.
Around goes the 9. Oh, he comes back at the track and he gets slaughtered. Zion hits it up into the air.
Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out the 37.
Oh! Cabot, where did he come from?
Here comes
Swag.
A punch for the 33.
It's a drag race.